I mean, the very presence of Trump was meant to act as a deterrent to figures like Xi Jinping. But we can now see that he is a pacifist. He doesn't like war. So do you think this is still so much of a deterrent to Xi when he's thinking about whether to invade or reunify Taiwan?
I don't know whether that is an active factor in his thinking. Obviously, I don't know what he's thinking. But I'm sure he understands, because President Trump has said it repeatedly, that he likes to make deals. And like all presidents, he likes to believe that his association with leaders of other nations can become a sort of a friendship, and that can act as an influence on what that president needs to do or not to do. So I think that President Trump wants to engage with Xi Jinping. He wants to take his measure. He knows he's tough. He knows he's got a lot of problems economically and politically. And therefore he is seeking to try to ameliorate some of the pressures that are building up, and they've been pretty extreme, and to bring the temperature down in the U.S.-China relationship.
Diamond, I want to get your view. What do you think we're going to see play out with Taiwan? I mean, could it be an agreement, just a peaceful reunification in a way like what happened with Hong Kong? Or do you think we might see military invasion?
Well, what the communist regime in China calls a reunification is actually has to be accomplished through an invasion. And it's a long-term goal. Scholars in the United States have documented that they want Taiwan since 1950. In its words and ideology, they want to control all Chinese-speaking world. They want to dominate the Chinese-speaking world, and Taiwan is the only Chinese-speaking territory, or I would like to say a country that is not under the CCP regime's control. So they would do it one way or the other, as they have repeatedly said they would not rule out violent actions. And
do you think it could happen as early as 2027, as some predict?
I would not use a time frame to predict, because there are many dynamic variables. One thing could slow it down, another thing can speed it up. For instance, there's a huge power struggle now. There are many indications that there is a power struggle going on.
With President Xi?
President Xi is the target being struggled against. As long as they are fighting with each other, they can't make a decision about invasion. Now, in that case, as long as they're fighting, Taiwan has more time. If Xi Jinping wins in this fight, he'll speed up whatever he wants to do with Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean, this is fascinating because we never hear about this in the mainstream media. Diamond Lu's just speaking about there that there's this factional power struggle that President Xi in China is dealing with. We're really out of time, but Bob, I just want to ask you your opinion on that, because former Chinese Premier Li died, some say killed, on the instruction of President Xi. How does this play into what Diamond's just been speaking about? We've got about 30 seconds.
It's an exacerbating factor. If there is a power struggle, that issue will become a prominent issue in blaming Xi Jinping for the chaos and the economic dislocations that are taking place in China. And the unexplained death of Premier Li Keqiang is a very sore spot for a lot of Chinese. Very few people believe his death was as it was explained.
And some hold it against President Xi.
Absolutely.
And this might be why there are enemies turning against him. Part of the reason.
Power struggles are endemic in that system and going all the way back to the earliest days. And so there's never a point in any of these regimes, even Mao, where the power struggle element is absolutely absent.
Yeah.
So it's going on.
Absolutely fascinating. Bob and Diamond, pleasure to have you here in Australia. Thank you so much for those insights.